Hi, I'm Tina Chen. I'm a member of the Board of Directors at the Winnipeg Chinese Cultural and Community Centre. I'm also a professor of history, specializing in Chinese history at the University of Manitoba. And I'm thrilled that I can welcome you today to the Winnipeg Chinese Cultural and Community Centre down in Chinatown. We have many special items in the Cultural Centre that are really meaningful for us and help us to learn more about the history and culture, both within China and that's significant for Chinese communities who live in different parts of the world. One of the great treasures for us here at the Chinese Cultural Centre is the replica of the Terracotta Warrior and the horse. And the reason that this is so special to us is that first, it was gifted to the community center in 2003 on the 20th anniversary of our establishment. And for us, this really shows us the strength of building relationships with the People's Republic of China, but also with all institutions that help support and with the governments where people have originated from as they came to Canada. And the Terracotta Warriors have an incredibly rich history. They are built in about 200 BC. The Terracotta Warriors are an immense kind of installation. They're an example of sculptural art forms, but really they are also telling us quite a bit about the way that state structures emerged in China. So the Terracotta Warriors, it's about 8,000 warriors, 1,500 chariots, covering an immense space. And they're built by the first emperor of China, Chen Huangdi. When he was only 13, he started to build the mausoleum for his own death. And he believed that in his death, he needed to have an army that would protect him. So surrounding his mausoleum are these great big, armies made out of terracotta. And what we see with this then is the importance and the structure, but also behind this, we learn a lot about the rulership of Chen Huangdi, who was known for establishing a strong state, for centralizing control, and for really establishing China in a kind of as a major civilization at the time. But it's also done as a tyrannical force. There's over 700,000 laborers who are part of this project. And because the emperor wished for it to all stay secret and hidden, well, there are writings about 100 years after Chen Huangdi dies that tell us about his tomb. There is no reference to the warriors. All the workers who worked on this project were interned when the emperor died. And it isn't until 1974 that the Terracotta Warriors are discovered. They're discovered by some local farmers who are digging a well. They come across some pieces, and from there the excavation begins. Today, the Terracotta Warriors are seen as a great kind of symbol, a national treasure in China. They are often exhibited internationally at major museums. And so having a life-size replica is really, symbolic of the origins of Chinese civilization. So I think the Terracotta Warriors for us symbolize international friendships, support for the Chinese community here, but they also are a way to reflect on how do we understand that history when it was created, when it was passed on to us, and how we interact with it today and think about it as something that's meaningful for a cultural center, but also to think about what leaders mean in different contexts as well. So it's a great treasure to have and one that we interact with as a dynamic form.